Welcome back to News Tonight. Now, use of marijuana or ganja is illegal in the country, but that hasn't stopped the use of the drugs by a new breed of party animals, especially near the year-end festivities. Now, Chennai is fast turning into a hotbed of ganja. While availability is not a problem, stopping it is, as NDTV Hindu finds out in this special investigation. On Monday, the Narcotics Control Bureau or the NCB seized a whopping 26 kilos of ephedrine, a party drug at the Chennai airport. Estimated worth a mind-boggling 4 crore rupees. Both the state police and the NCB frequently seize such contraband, but getting your hands on weed in the streets of Chennai is not at all difficult if you have the right contacts. We paid 700 rupees to dealers and picked up 5 packets for our scoop. Oh yes, ganja is available in and around Central and Egmore railway stations as well as near the marina. Of course, you need to engage in a bit of confidence building before you get your hands on a few packets, but it is not difficult. Identify yourselves as tourists or students and the deal is done. After taking 25% commission, the dealer gets you the packets.
One of the major drug dealers in the city, Krishnaveni, is in jail. The other major drug dealer, Tangaya, is out on bail. Police claim that they have arrested many small-time drug peddlers in the city very recently. But the drug flow in the city is still unaffected, as we found during our course of investigation. In Chennai with Asmit Kumar, Peer Mohammed for NDTV Hindu.
Now that's one important issue that is being raised, and one, of course, that has been at the center of attention in the state has, of course, been the big Tamil Nadu land scam that, of course, involves the TNHB. It is now perhaps the biggest scam in the state that's been stirring up an erupting reactor on the political front. With the government's discretionary powers being abused in this, it certainly has shocked the entire state. What's even worse is that now bureaucrats are no less involved than the politicians. My colleague Shabir Ahmed brought the cat out of the bag.
Unblemished government servant. That's the category under which many IAS and IPS officers were allotted land and flat in prime areas by the Tamil Nadu Housing Board. However, RTI activist V. Gopalakrishnan has obtained communications from the Home and Public Departments stating clearly that they did not issue any such certificates as unblemished government servants. So that brings us to the question, how did these Babus manage to get these allotments? In one such desperate attempt, IAS officer Prakash, now serving as Joint Secretary in Industries Department, so far maintained a clean image. But now it appears that his image is all set to take a beating. This because he was so desperate to get an allotment that the former district collector of Tirunelveli issued himself a certificate as an unblemished government servant. Sumati Ravichandran managed to get an allotment under the same category, despite her husband owning a house. When the tainted former regional passport officer was arrested on charges of corruption by the CBI, her unblemished government servant status was questioned and action was taken to cancel her allotment. C.K. Garyali, the former secretary to the governor, was allotted a plot worth 1 crore 20 lakh rupees under government discretionary quota as an unblemished government servant. Despite her husband owning a house in Chennai, Garyali's monthly installment was 1,81,220 rupees. And the retired IAS officer managed to pay the balance amount of 72 lakh rupees in 33 installments. Naveen Ibrahim, son of retired IPS officer Jafar Ali, has got an allotment in the name of social worker. A plot worth 65 lakh rupees has been allotted to him, and according to the documents, he continues to be a social worker as well. Durga Shankar, son of Chief Minister's Secretary Rajamanikam, has been allotted land worth 1,12 crore rupees, and construction of a multi-storied apartment is underway in full swing. Theni collector Muthuveeran's son also claims to be a social worker. Based on his claims, a plot has been allotted worth 1 crore 6 lakh rupees, and according to the documents, his son, who just earns 20,000 rupees per month, pays 1,59,500 rupees as monthly installment. Deepa, daughter of Chief Minister's private secretary Devaraj, has also been allotted a plot worth 1 crore 8 lakh rupees under government discretionary quota as a social worker, and she pays a monthly installment of rupees 1,62,600. As the irregularities come to light, pressure seems to be mounting on the government to act, as it's quite evident all rules have been violated. In Chennai, Shabir Ahmad for NDTV Hindu.
Well, moving forward, Monday blues, Tuesday jitters. Well, some of us are fretting over commuting tomorrow while others are busy celebrating. Find out why in just a short while.